New photos and video in Nancy Guthrie's disappearance investigation have just been released by the FBI, and they are absolutely haunting. It is all hands on deck for the FBI right now, and I will get into that in a second, but first it's important that we establish a timeline here. Now, the country is on the edge of their seat over Nancy Guthrie allegedly being held for ransom after being taken from her home in the middle of the night in Arizona. Now, if you've been following the news, you'll know that we were one of the places that received an alleged ransom note, and we have broken a few details about this case on our website, but I think it's important for everyone over here on YouTube to know about it as well. So to bring you up to speed, authorities believe Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy, was taken from her home in the middle of the night on February 1st. Authorities say she was taken from her bed, and note that blood confirmed to be Nancy's was found at the scene. Take a look at what the Pima County Sheriff's Department had to say about their investigation. Roll the clip.
You were asked if there was any ransom, and you didn't say no. You said we're following all leads. Does that mean a ransom has come in?
We're following all leads we have. That's all I can tell you. We've got hundreds of leads, and it's from you that produce those leads by telling people we need help, and I'm grateful for that. But I'm not going to get into all that.
So let's break down what investigators think happened that night, because the timeline they released is incredibly specific. Annie, Savannah Guthrie's sister, had her mother, Nancy Guthrie, over for dinner. Nancy reportedly took an Uber to get to Annie's on Friday, January 31st at 5:32 p.m. Authorities say at 9:48 p.m., her family dropped her off at home. Now, surveillance footage shows Nancy's garage door opening at 9:48 p.m. and closing 2 minutes later at 9:50 p.m. At 1:47 a.m. on Saturday morning, less than 4 hours later, authorities say Nancy's doorbell camera disconnected.
Sunday morning, early morning, at 1:47 a.m., the doorbell camera disconnects. At 2:12 a.m., software detects a person on a camera, but there's no video available. They had no subscription, and therefore it would rewrite itself. It just kind of loops, right, and covers up. That's what our analysis teams have told us.
Now, investigators believe Nancy was abducted during those early morning hours, and Nancy had reportedly missed church that morning, which sources say is completely out of character for her. Now, her family went to check in on her, and when they arrived, they apparently found blood on the front porch that would later test positive as Nancy's DNA. Since then, a lot of new information has come out, including the deadlines for payment laid out in the alleged ransom note. That note, sent to us and 2 other news stations, demanded millions of dollars in Bitcoin. I'll let Harvey and Charles break that down for you.
We received an email at TMZ from somebody purporting to basically issue a ransom demand. I'm not going to read this, but the top line to it is that they are asking for money, a lot. They are asking for it in the form of Bitcoin, and they are putting an or else on this.
Right.
Now, they also say, 2 things. They say that there is a Bitcoin address that they could send this money to, and then they give a description of something that Savannah's mother was wearing at the time of the abduction and a damaged item in the house.
Both things are clearly mentioned because they want to prove that they're legit, that
So
they have information about something that happened in the house.
We don't know.
Don't know if that is accurate.
We have called the Sheriff's Department. We've made multiple calls, spoken with the detective unit. We have passed on this email. We don't know whether this is legit or not, but I will say, this happens from time to time where a media outlet gets something like this. So just in due diligence,
The one thing we should
has
say
to be taken very, very seriously. Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the one thing we should say is that we have confirmed it, at least the Bitcoin address that they've included in this email is legit.
Right. And the authorities will have to take this very seriously. This is a piece of material evidence that has been turned over. They think an abduction happened. They have found substance in the house. The detective walked back a little bit. The sheriff walked back the blood idea. They said that things have been gathered and they are testing those substances. But he did clarify that this is a very open and active investigation, so we'll have to see what happens.
So we will let you know. But right now, again, all we're doing is we've sent this on to detectives and We will see.
But more than that, it contains specific details that we're told only someone who had actually been inside Nancy's home would know. While law enforcement has been working the case, the Guthrie family has made the extraordinary decision to speak directly to their mother's alleged kidnappers through public videos. On Tuesday, February 4th, Savannah Guthrie appeared alongside her siblings Cameron and Annie in their first video. Roll the clip.
On behalf of our family, we want to thank all of you for the prayers for our beloved mom, Nancy. We feel them, and we continue to believe that she feels them too. Our mom is a kind, faithful, loyal, fiercely loving woman of goodness and light. She's funny, spunky, and clever. She has grandchildren that adore her and crowd around her and cover her with kisses. She loves fun and adventure. She is a devoted friend. She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
The light is missing from our lives. Nancy is our mother. We are her children. She is our beacon. She holds fast to joy in all of life's circumstances. She chooses joy day after day. Despite having already passed through great trials of pain and grief, we are always going to be merely human, just normal human people who need our mom.
Mommy, if you are hearing this, you are a strong woman. You are God's precious daughter, Nancy. We believe and know that even in this valley, He is with you. Everyone is looking for you, Mommy, everywhere. We will not rest. Your children will not rest until we are together again. We speak to you every moment, and we pray without ceasing, and we rejoice in advance for the day that we hold you in our arms again. We love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom.
We love you, Mom. Stay strong.
On top of that, there were reports this weekend that a second message was delivered to another news station. Here is a clip with Mary Coleman, an anchor for KOLD 13 News.
Got this at about 11:45, and we'd been refreshing our email because that 5 o'clock deadline was yesterday. So we were thinking, hey, maybe we would get something immediate. We didn't have anything, but this morning around 11:45, that message came into the same tip line that original message came into, and we were, needless to say, pretty alarmed by seeing this. What I can tell you is we did send this over once again to Pima County Sheriff's Department immediately, and we did get some information from them. I'm going to read some of my notes here so I don't speak incorrectly, but they say that this is not the same IP address, but it appears the sender used the same type of secure server to hide their IP address. So that's all that we know about the sender at this point, which unfortunately really isn't much.
Then on Saturday, February 7th, Savannah posted another video with her siblings, all three holding hands.
We received your message, and we understand. We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
So at this point, for the first time, the family explicitly has stated that they will meet the ransom demand. On Monday afternoon, Savannah posted another video, but this time appearing alone, and her message had shifted. It sounded like she was no longer just addressing the kidnappers. She was speaking to the entire world. Watch this.
Hi there, everybody. I wanted to come on and just share a few thoughts as we enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt. Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help. So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
The deadline came and went. At 5 p.m. Arizona time yesterday, Monday, February 9th, the second ransom deadline expired. We were monitoring that Bitcoin address included in the ransom note, and no activity was found, indicating that the ransom has still not been paid. Later Monday evening, the FBI released a statement saying, quote, "The FBI is not aware of any continued communication between the Guthrie family and suspected kidnappers." Now that the deadline has passed, people are wondering where the Guthrie family stands now with their mother's alleged kidnappers. Here's what Harvey had to say yesterday on CNN.
So when I watched Savannah Guthrie talk today, it felt like, figuratively, a Hail Mary, saying we are getting nowhere with these alleged kidnappers. The letter says that if they pay the money, Nancy would be returned within 12 hours of the time they they receive payment, returned to Tucson. So you would think that if they paid it and everything was working properly, they would be biting their nails, but not saying anything publicly. It's almost as if everything just collapsed.
The FBI confirmed that their 24-hour command post remains operational with crisis negotiators, analytic teams, and investigators following up on every lead. But as of right now, they say no suspect has been identified. Nancy Guthrie has now been missing for 10 days. This is an 84-year-old woman with serious health issues. She reportedly has a pacemaker, she has high blood pressure and heart problems, and she needs daily medication that authorities say could be fatal if she doesn't receive it. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, the FBI have released pictures of Nancy Guthrie, alleged kidnapper. The director of the FBI, Kash Patel, made this post to Twitter, which includes these images, and the post Patel made says this: "Over the last 8 days, the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department have been working closely with our private sector partners to continue to recover any images or video footage from Nancy Guthrie's home that may have been lost, corrupted, or inaccessible due to a variety of factors, including the removal of recording devices. The video was recovered from residual data located in back-end systems. Working with our partners, as of this morning, law enforcement has uncovered these previously inaccessible new images showing an armed individual appearing to have tampered with the camera at Nancy Guthrie's front door the morning of her disappearance." Now, aside from these photos, we also have a couple videos. Roll these clips. So obviously this is an extremely scary situation. Like I said before, the nation is on the edge of their seat, but you can only imagine how the Guthrie family feel right now. What do you guys think in the comments? How do you think this case is going to come to a close? We always read the comments, so we're interested in what you guys have to say. As always, my name is Jakson Buhaj, and I will see you guys in the next one.